Good morning, Internet. I'm in Los Angeles today at VidCon, the online video convention expo thing organised by the Vlog Brothers. It's been actually pretty awesome. I was on a panel yesterday talking about connecting your brand with other brands in online video because my day job is in online video. That was fun. And it kind of being at this kind of giant gathering of people who make videos kind of made me think, you know, it's been a while since I've actually stuck my fat face in front of a video camera, but if this did not inspire me to do it, then I might as well throw the camera off the balcony. Excuse me, my voice is a little bit croaky. So here's the thing. When the whole my YouTube story thing was going around a while ago and people were making their YouTube stories, I didn't particularly do one at the time, nor am I really going to do one now, but I did want to kind of connect a few dots that were, you know, have been connecting in my head over the past 48 hours while I've been here. One, like, you know, how did I get into online video in the first place? There are a couple of factors. One is that I actually had a video camera before there was even things like YouTube where you could post them online, and I did make some videos that were literally that I would force my friends to watch on a VHS tape at after parties and things like that. If you look in my YouTube account far enough back, you'll find a remake of sorts of Monty Python. I hope you can hear this over the sound of the guy with a fucking leaf strimmer that's going on down there. But anyway, focus mark, right? So yeah, I had a video camera. I was, you know, I'd been videoing stuff. You know, there's a very early in my YouTube account. There's a kind of cheesy remake of Monty Python's Life of Brian, which was one of my first video projects that, you know, was pretty old when I uploaded it to YouTube and kind of predates, you know, this whole online video thing. One of the second things that got me into like online video was at the time I was dabbling in doing stand-up comedy, something that I haven't done in a while. It's something that requires a lot of free time and practice to do, and I really do not have the time to do that these days. But I was kind of made the connection that some of the stuff that I was doing with stand-up comedy I could also just stick on the internet, and rather than do it for like 15 or 20 people at some coffee house open mic, and that's 15 or 20 other amateur wannabe comedians, I could stick it on the internet and have hundreds and sometimes thousands of people see it. So that was a factor. So there was, owned a video camera, kind of had material that I could use anyway. So I was already kind of generating this commentary about stuff. And the third factor, not the hugest factor, but definitely a factor, was the inspiration of Zefrank and the show, which was an online video show that was not on YouTube, on Zefrank's website. I don't know how many years ago it is now, maybe 4 years ago, I'm not sure. It was a daily video blog, and Mr. Zefrank, more or less invented everything you think you know about online video blogging. Well, when I say everything, he invented the really close to the camera, fast edits, choppy, bulging eyeballed, commentary about life, interaction with a kind of provocative interaction with an audience type stuff. And a lot of stuff that you see in online video, you really can trace back to him, particularly, you know, the Vlog Brothers are a great example. The Vlog Brothers are basically what if Zefrank was two people rather than one. And there are other people who, you know, are pretty shamelessly show the influence of Zefrank. So here's the thing, and how long have I been talking already? 4 minutes to get to my point. Here's the point. Yesterday, somebody said to me when I was at VidCon, who would you most like to meet of all the people who are here? And I was like, Zefrank. And that was the first day I arrived here. The second day, yesterday, I actually met and got a chance to talk to Zefrank, which was really cool. You know, I used to post my videos on his forum. He had some sense of who I was, and he remembered, like, you know, that I'd been very active in his online community, and even contributed like one of the clips that he used to have, you know, audience submit clips to the sports racer welcome. I can't even remember how it goes now. And I submitted one. So he remembered, he knew who I was. And I said possibly the gayest thing, and I don't mean that pejoratively, But maybe the gayest thing I've ever said, I said to him, I was like, "Say Frank, I must talk to you. Last night I had a dream that I would be talking to you," which is true. The first night I got here, I did dream that at some point over the convention I would talk to zefrank, but I think it was not because I have a giant poster, not because I have a giant poster of him over my bed or anything, more because it was just that some of the Detrius that was going round in my head, the kind of half-finished thoughts that I think often your dreams are assembled from just little half-finished thoughts that your brain Lego bricks into some kind of semblance of a narrative. Because there are other things that I had in that dream that were not about talking to zefrank. But yeah, so like there you go, I was steamed straight in with the zefrank. Last night I had a dream that I was going to talk to you. And after a little while I actually also said to him, you know, this isn't the conversation I dreamed we'd be having. To some degree, because he's incredibly super smart, it's kind of like talking to a college professor when you're just trying to keep up. And, you know, his way of looking at like online video and communities and so on is so kind of pulled back and more big picture than I think most people. Really smart guy, really nice, but, you know, we ended up, you know, I work in online video. We were having more of a kind of talk about, you know, media, you know, YouTube, which is not something that, you know, I think he views in the same way that most people view YouTube. So we had a kind of fairly, you know, more kind of, you know, a more kind of work-related conversation than I would have dreamed when I dreamt I would be talking to you. But it was still super cool and it was very exciting. Kevin Nalty was there. He also, you know, at the same time was very into the idea of kind of provoking a reaction from zefrank, so he finally got his chance to do that. I did actually also get to see him later in the day at the reception when I did clarify quite clearly that when I said, I had a dream that I was going to talk to you, it was more, I think, through the detritus of my brain and not just because, as I say, I have some giant poster of him above my bed that I look up at every night, and you know what I'm saying. So there you go. I got to talk to zefrank. It was really exciting. You know, it was fun. I was hanging out last night with a bunch of other kind of online video makers who I've known for a long time and some that I haven't. Kevin Nalty is probably the person I've known longest in the online video world. I was spent some time hanging out with him. Greg Benson from Mediocre Films. I did at a little after thing reception, got a chance to, you know, talk to and hang out with John and Hank Green, who knew of my videos from when they were being inspired by the whole zefrank thing. I've met Hank before, but not John, and it was fun to kind of chat to him and see where we have certain similarities in how we've been into the world of online video and you know, different shit as well. So anyway, that's basically that. It was, I thought, you know, I'm here, I might as well make a rambling video blog for my ramblingly declining online video audience and just kind of share the fact that I'm at VidCon, I'm having a great time. I did one very goofy little video project which I will be posting in the next couple of days. I suspect it's probably not going to turn out very well because it mostly involved me pointing flip cameras at people in very noisy, crowded spaces. So, and it's kind of dependent on the audio making some sense. So there you go. If you stuck with it all the way through this conversation, I just wanted to say hi. See you next time. I'm going to the airport soon to go home and then go camping. See you next time. Cheers.